I am genuinely excited about Kajabi's new enhanced checkout. I want to give you an insider's look at all of the new design and the customization features that they just released. This new checkout, it's going to give you almost the same level of customization that you have on a landing page. Like, we're talking about serious design control that you've never really had before with checkout pages. The old checkout pages, they were super restrictive. So if you wanted something as simple as a proper footer at the bottom of your page, you had to use custom code. Multiple payment options, custom code, even just a colored background, custom code. There was no header option. There's no way to customize that hero section or the banner at the top. We were pretty much stuck with the basics unless you knew how to code everything like we did, and just to make that checkout match our website branding. It was frustrating, and I honestly think that a lot of course creators just kind of gave up on even having a nice looking checkout pages because it was really just too much work or too expensive to have somebody do it for them. But the new enhanced checkout changes all of it. There are multiple payment options. That feature alone, I think, is an actual game changer. But there's so much more. And in this video, I'm going to walk you through a very quick overview of what's possible with the enhanced checkout. And I'm going to show you all of these new settings. Now, just to be clear, I am not diving into how to optimize your checkout or how to use it strategically for your business. That's a totally different video. You can go find that on my channel. This is just a fast feature walkthrough so that you can see what Kajabi has made possible with these updates. I'm Chelsey, I'm a Kajabi expert, and I've been helping many business owners, including seven-figure online businesses, grow their presence on the Kajabi platform. From everything from landing page design to course builds to membership development, and of course, optimizing their checkouts. I've been doing this for years, and I've actually watched Kajabi develop from really just basic features to all of these new and exciting new updates. And this enhanced checkout, I really feel that this is an absolute game changer when it comes to selling your products. I'm really excited to show you these new features, so let's dig in. Now on our offer here, this is a sample offer setup, so by no means is this an actual offer that you can purchase, and it's definitely not a sample for you to copy in any way. It's just for demonstration purposes. So digging in, nothing really looks too different right now compared to the previous offers that we had before they updated to the enhanced checkout. But basically, you're going to find a few other settings in here and then a whole lot of customization that you can do. So let's fly through the settings first, and then we'll take a look at the customization. So on the first details page, you'll notice that there's pretty much nothing really too different on this page. Under the pricing tab, we have where you can set up your sales tax, and you can put your different pricing options. You can choose your payment providers. In this case, we have it set to Kajabi Payments. And then you can do the usual quantity and time limit. That's no different than before. What you'll notice that if you have payment options turned on, you cannot customize the names of them or the wording of them at all. So this is definitely one of the limitations. All you can do is put in the settings, similar to what you have done before, but you cannot adjust the name of any of these in the way that they are written. So you are kind of stuck as is there. There's a section now called cross-selling. That's where your upsells and order bumps are. There's been no updates on this area. I do believe that it is in their roadmap to work on updates on this, but no timeline on that. So everything is basically the same on that page. Under settings, this is going to be completely different. There's a lot going on here. This is where you can edit kind of the more global type settings on this specific checkout. What you do here does not affect any other checkout. It's solely for this checkout. So you can do things like customize the button background color. You can also even change the text to say whatever words you want it to say. You can add in your custom fields or your other optional fields here. You will notice that password is not on here, and this is a feature that they removed from the checkout, the ability to have them set up their password on the first step. they have now moved that to the second step. So after you finish putting in your information, then you will be directed to create your account, which includes creating a password. So this is a feature that we've asked for them to change back, because in a lot of situations, we want to have our password created on the very first step, as opposed to making it 2 steps. Additionally, on this page, we have the checkout templates, which is a really fun feature of this enhanced checkout. We can now upload templates, and we can also create our own templates and copy them over into our other checkouts, which is a really handy feature. It is so nice to not have to duplicate a previous offer and then having to copy and change everything manually. So now we can just export a template. And as a service provider, that's really awesome for us, because now we can create custom templates and share them with our clients. And then we don't have to go into their account and design things from scratch. We can just upload the template and change the details and make it custom to that client. So it's really nice for us personally. We also have the ability to purchase third-party templates for this checkout now. So one of our favorite template providers, Penny in Your Pocket, she will have some templates for you to purchase. She's in development of them right now. And so depending on when you watch this video, they may or may not be released, but we will be putting a link in the description to purchase checkout templates directly from her. So one more change on this page is the service agreement options are now here instead of in the customization area. So you'll want to set that here, whether they're required, not required, or a custom service agreement. The rest of the settings on this page are exactly the same as what was there before, so we're not going to talk about those. Up here, we have several options that we're not going to talk about in this video, but you can explore those ones on your own. The key thing that we want to look at now is the checkout customization. So we're going to pop into edit checkout, and this is where all of the fun starts. Now we have already gone and put in a couple of blocks here, so you can kind of get an idea of what's possible here. Of course, this is not styled properly. The copy's not proper in here, so I'm not demonstrating for you how to create a checkout. I'm just showing you the features. So if you want to learn how to actually create a highly converting checkout page, you're gonna have to check out our other videos. They'll be linked in the description. But for this video, we're just showing you the features. So everything is just sample and dummy text. All right, so first thing we'll wanna do is just get the preview open so we can kind of see the changes as they happen. So it's really important that you do preview in a bigger full screen. Don't try to just see what's in here, because you'll see that things don't necessarily show exactly as you think they would. So always share a preview, show a preview in the other tab. Okay, so we've got some really cool features here that we can actually play around with and do a lot with. So what's really nice is we have the header and the footer. So you'll notice that this looks very much like the regular builder of a landing page. And that's kind of the goal behind this, is that you can do the same customizations on a checkout that you could on a landing page. So header, footer, I'm not really going to dig in too much with them, because the header, you would just have it the same as the rest of your site. You can customize it the exact same way, or you could just not have a header at all, because you really don't want to actually have a ton of extra links on your checkout page. You want to keep it really streamlined. So in this case, I've just turned it off. The footer, I did customize the footer to be like a very common footer with your policy terms and your copyright. So the settings in there are pretty basic. You'll notice that you can add a block. There's only a couple of blocks that you can choose. So it's meant to be fairly slim, but you can customize the colors and all that kind of stuff that you would do on a regular landing page. So same thing with header. It's very much the same as a landing page. I'm not going to go through all of those settings. But the settings we do want to look at is actually right here in the middle. So by default, you're going to get this one called checkout. And inside this checkout, you have the option to change the size of your checkout area. So let me just make it really big. The biggest you can do is 8. So you don't get the full 12. Okay, so I'll do 8. I just hit save. And we're just going to look at it in preview mode. It's just easier to see. So what you'll notice is that the actual checkout card is really wide. It's 8 blocks wide. So that's always going to be the case. And the rest of the blocks that you design are going to be really squished over on the side here. So not ideal, but it gives you a lot of space here to be able to see everything. And you'll notice that the checkout information is it has a left side and a right side. But if we go back and go back to smaller, I believe we had it at 5. We'll pop back over here and you'll see that it's now going to be all in one column. Okay, so that's how you can change that design a little bit. And you don't really have to have any text or anything on that. So, you know, if we wanted to hide all of this extra stuff here that is part of our sample, I can just go and hide these blocks. So I'll just quickly hide them just so you can see what it looks like without any content on the page and just the checkout block. There we go. So that's all hidden. I'll hit save and we'll go pop over to the preview. All right, so you'll notice that it's moved the checkout into the middle. So even though it was 5 blocks, it just stretched it out to fill the space because it would look really awkward having a full column on the right side and then all empty on the left. So it just natively moves itself over to just a really nice kind of streamlined checkout. So you could do just this on a page. And if you wanted to put just a little bit of text at the top, like I have here, which is the hero section, you could absolutely do that and just keep it really streamlined. If we pop back here, let's take a look at some of the different blocks that you can do. So text, obviously the most basic thing of them all. I don't need to go through a text block. One really cool addition here is the accordion. So let's go take a look at that accordion here. I'll pop back over here. Like I said, it's just easier to see it in the preview area. So the accordion is really nice because you can hide text under here. So you can have your main text that's going to help with conversion, and then you can have other text under here. So testimonials is a really great place to put this. I never recommend putting a bunch of testimonials on a checkout page because it can kind of take people away from actually just going there and purchasing. But this is a really good alternative because you can still have your testimonials in here, but it's not like forefront and, you know, distracting from the rest of the content, but it's there kind of at the end. If somebody really needs that or is really interested in what others are saying, you can still include that. You can also put some other details in here about it that, you know, like FAQs potentially, or any other content that you feel is still important, but not necessarily the most important that you need to have it out at the center of the page. Course outline. This is a new block that is in all of our builders. It's also on the landing pages, which is cool too. This would be one that you would want to use here sparingly, because if you have a really robust course, you don't want to overwhelm people with information. So you may or may not want to put this one on your checkout, but it is kind of neat if you're going to, you know, skip the big long sales page and you just want to kind of get to the point and show people what's in it. It does allow you to put this course outline in here and it auto-populates, which is really awesome. You can customize the styling of all of it as well. So if I open up here, you'll see you've got some settings here. You can exclude the draft content, or you can put all the content in. You can expand the first module if you really want, or you can say, no, don't expand any of it, and then it'll keep it all condensed. You can edit the fonts. You can edit the border color. You can change the background color if you really want to. In this case, it's not that great. But you could also delete the background color and then you don't even have that white box around, which is really nice. Same features as a landing page. You can customize the desktop and the mobile layouts, which I'm not going to play around with all that because that's the same as a landing page. All right, next we have inside the checkout, we have the social share button. This one's really awesome. So we also have this in landing pages, but now it's on a checkout page. So you can have people click and share this checkout page really quickly to their socials, which is really nice. So a few customization features available there. Just hit save and we'll pop over the preview so you can see it. All right, so we just got like a nice little CTA button, and it is already pre-programmed to have the quick links there. So it's really easy for people to share this page. You could strategically put this on the page up the top or middle or bottom, wherever you think it would make most sense, but it's really nice to have that option on there. Another really great feature is actually the countdown block. So I'm going to show you that one here. It is the exact same as the one on the landing page. You can do all the same kind of customizations that you would have on a landing page countdown box. So you can think of the possibilities with a countdown timer on a checkout page. It's definitely a feature that many people have been asking for. So it's really great to finally see that on here. So that was what was inside of the checkout area, which allows you to adjust the blocks that are going to be on the left-hand side of the page. So basically everything that's on this side, as well as adjust the few settings of the right side, which is the actual checkout cart part. Now, when you look at the section here, you'll see that we can also add more sections. So I added a hero section, which is this piece above the checkout area. So you can add whatever you want in here. If you look, we have such a robust list of things that you can actually add on this checkout page. The sky's the limit. It's actually almost too much. When I first saw this, I was like, ooh, that's a lot, because a lot of these things you don't really want to put on a checkout because it won't help with the conversion. So you want to make sure that you're using these things really sparingly. But the options are there now, so it's better to have the options than to have no options, which is basically what we had before. So hero section, you can do that up at the top, or you can go and click add a section and you have your list of kind of pre-made sections here. You can go ahead and put those all in there. What's really cool is that we now have a custom code block that you can include on here as well, just like landing pages. So again, sky's the limit when it comes to customizing the design of this page. It's pretty awesome, the amount of things that we can do. Now, I've seen a few samples of some designed checkout pages and they are incredible. They look like a really short sales page, but with like an embedded checkout, which is really, really cool. Let's take a look at the settings for this checkout page. So we looked at the payment settings and the more global settings, but let's look at the specific settings to this checkout. So on the second tab over here, we have our usual favicon. That's not changed. We have the style guide, which has all of the same options here as we would on a normal landing page. And then we have your design tools as well as your custom code. Now, we did not have custom code in checkouts before. We had to go and put any code in the header tracking area and the footer tracking area of the website and within the checkout liquid code area. So we are really excited that we can now do CSS right here on the page, and it doesn't have to apply to every single checkout, which is super awesome. We can now just apply it to this one single checkout. So it's really great to have that customization feature. It's really the exact same stuff that's on a landing page, which is exactly what we had asked for. So I'm really excited about those features. What I really like about this enhanced checkout is how streamlined this checkout box actually is and how it has the multiple payments in it. You can see that we can just click it and it easily switches. We used to have to custom code this, which took a lot of work. So this feature is amazing. Now we just hope that they will edit it so that we can change how the wording is, because sometimes we might want to put different words in it or a different language or just a different format of how we would want to say it. So that customization is something we really hope for. What's neat is it's got the currency on it. That was another piece we used to have to write in manually because it didn't show the currency. So it was really nice to see that they've added that. It is super clear on how much you're going to be paying here. There's a summary here at the bottom. You have your coupon codes that's at the bottom and not at the top. That was really frustrating that the coupon stuff would be right at the very top. Like that's not where you would want to put a coupon. So it's right here at the bottom, which is fantastic. And then you have what's due is very clear. It's nice and big and bold. And of course we have our terms, which is also great to have that at the bottom. We can check that off. If you had custom terms, the box would just show up here. So everything is laid out on here really, really well, and it makes a lot of logical sense. So this upgrade is definitely exciting for us. Now, before you get too excited and rush to update your checkout pages to this new enhanced checkout, just stop. What I just showed you is the exciting side of this feature, the design options, the new functionality, and the shiny little tools. But there is a whole other side to this story that could completely change whether this is actually the right move for your business. There are some serious limitations with this enhanced checkout that might prevent it from working properly for the way that you sell. Now, I did mention a couple of these in the video, but there are several more that you need to know about before making any decisions. Now, I've got a full breakdown video covering these limitations in the playlist that just popped up on your screen. So click on that playlist right now and watch it so that you can make an informed decision on whether upgrading is actually smart for your business or if you should wait. Don't skip this. You need to know what you're getting into.